If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
And Coach Matt Griffith of Sylacauga Aggies joins us. And Coach, 50% of the teams that played last weekend lost, so you'll take that 23 win.
Yeah, we will. But you know, the thing about it was a good win. We're glad to get the win, but everything that you were scared was going to happen. I mean, I kept saying it all week. I was a little bit concerned after our white towel scrimmage that you know, we've got some inexperience at quarterback just a little bit. It was his first start. Malik Pope is just a sophomore, and we put the ball on the ground about 5 times and 3 times inside the 10. So we really left the game thinking we should have beat them 42-0, and we probably should have. Now that's nothing against Leeds at all. You know, Coach Hood has got that was a very gritty team. They were very well coached. You can tell he's made a difference, but you know, you can't put the ball on the ground that way. But also, we know that if we get those things corrected, we've got a very good football team.
Defensively, pretty stellar performance by your defense.
Yes, very much so. You know, if we don't fumble on our own 30 or 35 and give up a field goal, I don't think they cross the 50. And, you know, and it was one of those things just to settle our kids down. We were in total control of the game from start to finish. And it was just, you know, settle down. It's okay. Settle down. You know, and by about midway through the third quarter and fourth quarter, I thought we started clicking the way we need to click. I thought the Pope kids started running really hard in the fourth quarter. JD settled down at quarterback, and that's where we need to be. And so we'll see. You know, you're supposed to make a lot of improvements from game 1, 2, and 3, and usually we do. And the biggest thing is we don't want to peak too early. We want to just keep getting better.
Well, practice this week after the win over Leeds last week. You see some improvement as far as, you know, kids securing the ball a little bit more?
Well, yeah, I mean, but we don't turn it over in practice a whole lot. It's just you get up under those lights and everything changes. I mean, a Friday night with a crowd and it's for real, and the pressure on that 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, it's very different. It's hard to describe how much pressure those kids are under and how special a Friday night light is. So, but now we've had a good week of practice. Kids have popped around. They realize how good they can be if they do things correctly. So, you know, we've not, knock on wood, we've not had bad practices. We've got a very good group of kids that are always willing to work. They know what's at stake. And as a coach, it's been very enjoyable so far.
This week, it's Chilton County coming to town to Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, 1-0 on the season. Chilton County, no stranger to you guys at all.
Oh, no. And you're talking about a very tough kid, very prideful kid. That Chilton County and Sylacauga always, regardless of one being better than the other, they all we play tough against each other. We expect a full 4-quarter football game right here. They have a phenomenal athlete at quarterback. They've got a phenomenal athlete at receiver. They're very dangerous with those two guys. And so, you know, it's going to be a good football game. It's the first home game. First pet rally, first a lot of things. So, I mean, there's a lot of excitement at our school, and I just hope, you know, people come out and see us on our first home game.
After the win over Leeds, what did you take from that game? As you mentioned some positives, especially in the second half. What are some other thoughts you have as far as, hey, you know, we can kind of tweak it a little bit here and tweak it a little bit there and really get better?
Well, I thought Ridgeway came out of that ball game and played a very good, complete ball game. I thought Jordan had a good game. He fumbled one time, but on the whole scheme of grading him, he played like a senior running back. I thought our other running back took a while to get warmed up. He looked like a deer in headlights, is what we say, for about 2.5 quarters, and then he settled down. You know, the biggest thing is we got to keep getting better. I thought our kicking game was very good. I think that we got to continue to handle the ball and throw the ball well. The times we did throw, you can see JD in the second half, he just threw a shot to D-Ware on the sideline and on a comeback route that we practice all the time. And we've got to get better at those things so that we're smoother offensively.
Did the 40-second clock affect you at all?
It did not. You know, we were snapping the ball with about 20 seconds left. I'm anxious.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see Friday night, though, with putting the shifting and everything back in. I'm anxious to see how well we handle that Friday night.
A couple of quick keys to the Aggie success tomorrow night.
Well, I tell you, if we turn the ball over the way we did against Leeds, you will not beat Chilton County. That will not happen with a good, tough, well-coached football team that's experienced. You know, Leeds was a young team, and he's trying to build a program. Tal's been there about 3 years. Tal made the playoffs last year. That's a Chilton County team. We can't turn the ball over like that. When we get opportunities to score, we've got to score. And we got to quit putting all that pressure on the defense to go out there and stop them. We just got to do what we've always done offensively, move the ball and score points. So, I mean, it's cliches. You know, it always is on the keys to winning the game. Don't turn the ball over. Be sound in your kicking game. You know, and be a stingy defense. If we do those things, we should be okay Friday night.
Alabama, a prime example of key players getting hurt, long-term injuries, and it just shows whatever level of sports it is, and it's a cliche too, but it's next man up. Somebody's got to step in there.
Yeah, it is. You know, the difference in Alabama and Auburn and all those guys is, you know, you can't replace a guy that's that good. But they've got a scholarship guy playing behind him that's ready to take his thing. You know, in high school football, you can lose one kid and it devastates programs. I mean, and people just don't understand. 1 to 2 kids can really make a difference in high school. But we tell our kids that all the time. Now, we're pretty well injury-free right now. But that's why you preach those kids that are always second team. Guy, you are one ankle turn away from being the starter. You're one play away. You have to be prepared and ready to play.
All right, Coach Matt Griffith, the head football coach and athletic director at Sylacauga High School. The Aggies 1-0 after their win over Leeds. Take on Chilton County. Kick 7 o'clock at Legion Stadium tomorrow night. Coach, see you next week.
All right, thanks for having me.
We got more on Daybreak right after this.